The big transfer news of the summer has been Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United, but it seemed that Frenkie doesn't want Man U, and in fact, we've just got the news that Frenkie De Jong, he wants Bayern Munich. There are 5 reasons though why I think Barca will not sell him to Bayern Munich, why Bayern Munich won't buy him, and also why Bayern Munich should not buy the Dutch player. So the news is that Frenkie De Jong would like to join Bayern and prefers a move to Munich over Manchester United, and this is understandable as he'll fight for Champions League titles at Bayern and not just Europa Conference League titles at Manchester United. A move this summer, however, will not take place due to an 80 million asking price for Frenkie De Jong, and for Bayern it's said to be Konrad Laimer from RB Leipzig, or nothing. Now, for the reasons why I don't think Bayern will make this transfer and why Bayern really shouldn't make this transfer, I don't think De Jong should come, period. Firstly, if it's a permanent transfer, Bayern are already haggling over the 30 million fee requested for Konrad Laimer. They want to pay 20 or 25. So I can't see them paying 80 million for a similar type of player in De Jong. And I just can't see it happening when they're haggling over this price. It shows that they don't have that much money left to spend and are not willing to spend that much more on that central midfielder, as it's not really that needed. Secondly, I think that De Jong, the way his playstyle works, he's not a game changer. We already have Kimmich and Goretzka, who are two of our highest paid players. They are our two stalwarts, our two solid players in midfield, and I just don't see De Jong being able to add from them. Kimmich already has those incisive, deep-lying playmaker type passes, crossfield switches, spraying the ball from left to right, top to bottom. And Goretzka has those late man runs into the box, darting runs, great finishing. De Jong has these qualities, but he's not better at Kimmich at the passing, and he's not better than Goretzka at the late man runs. So what is De Jong's added value? And my answer is there is none added value. De Jong would not be worth it for Bayern. He wouldn't improve Bayern much, if at all. Would he even be a starter? I'm not sure. I really don't know. And Bayern won't spend 80 million on that. Moreover, anything like his wage at Barca will be too high for the wage structure at Bayern. He would be the highest paid player at Bayern if he came over that wage, and he's not the best player at Bayern. We have Thomas Muller, Joshua Kimmich, Manuel Neuer, who are all probably more important to him if he came, but he would be paid above him if we paid him his Barca salary or even close to his Barca salary. So he's not worth the heavy wages that he commands. In addition, Bayern have already spent funds on this window. We've already bought Matthias de Ligt, we've already bought Sadio Mane, and we've spent a lot of dollar on that. We've spent a lot of money, if you will, on that. And I just don't think that Bayern are in the position to spend 80 million on a player. Yes, say if someone like Mbappe came on the market for 80 million, I think Bayern have the facilities to do that, big man, if you know what I mean. But I do not think that Bayern will spend 80 million on someone who's not really needed, someone in the midfield position who won't influence the game that much more than our current midfielders. Just don't see it happening. Finally, Bayern don't really need him. As I talked about, we have Kimmich and Goretzka, but we also have Marcel Sabitzer, who has been dazzling in this preseason. I gave him a 8.5 in my player ratings video. By the way, check out player ratings for the match against Eintracht Frankfurt later today. And we also have Ryan Gravenberch, who is showing De Jong-like dribbling, De Jong-like breaking out of the press, De Jong-like composure on the ball, yet he's a more physical option, he's better defensively, and he may even develop into a better Dutch player than the Dutch De Jong. So I think that because we have this talent at the club, we have two great central midfield depth options. We just don't need De Jong. We should give that playing time to Gravenberch. We should give Sabitzer a chance. When he's had a chance this season, he's been magnificent. He's been like Thiago reincarnated, spraying the ball from left to right. I know it's only been 2 preseason games and the Super Cup, but Sabitzer's really been very good, and I think that it's just not worth Bayern paying for De Jong. So, in short, De Jong wants Bayern, but Bayern does not want De Jong, and I think this is the right decision. He's not worth it for us. Of course, every big player wants to join Bayern. We're a big club, but De Jong, it's going to be too bad for you. The only situation where I can see Frenkie, where I can actually see him joining Bayern, is if we have a loan deal, something like the one seen before with Philippe Coutinho and Barcelona, where it's like a 1 year loan deal paying his full wages. I think Bayern could hemorrhage that for one season and then have an option to buy, maybe say a reasonable option to buy, maybe a 60 million. I can see Bayern going for that deal because Barca really do need De Jong off the books. It's clear that they may not be able to register players, or they are in deep financial trouble. Not that they already aren't in deep financial trouble. They are. They're selling off their future for short-term gains, which is irresponsible, but that's another subject. But I think they need that De Jong sell to really balance the books and register the new players. Lewandowski, who joined from Bayern, may not even be able to be registered right now. So I can see it as a loan move, but I think as a bench player, I still think Bayern are not going to pay those type of wages that Frenkie is owned. And Frenkie is not a destroyer type of defensive midfielder that we've been crying out, because we all know Kimmich is not really a defensive midfielder. He's better higher up the pitch. He's a traffic cone in defense. And De Jong is not that Gattuso like. He's not that Fernandinho like central midfielder who can really contribute in defense, be a rock, be an anchor, be a shield in front of that back line in defense as well. So even as a loan, even at those wages, I just don't see it happening. I don't think De Jong will join Bayern. I don't think De Jong should join Bayern. I don't want De Jong at Bayern. Thank you very much. Check out my player ratings for the match tonight. Please like and subscribe and turn those notifications on to notify you about my videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.